The richest billionaires of every continent. The richest men in Asia, Europe, Australia, Africa, and South America are all different people. Here's the complete list of the richest billionaires on every continent. Antarctica. Despite the lack of permanent residents or businesses, Arnold Donald from Carnival qualifies as the richest person in Antarctica because his company offers his Arctic cruises there. Many people can't pinpoint Donald's exact net worth, which ranges from $50 to $100 million. A few years before Donald started at Carnival, he worked with Bonsato. Donald then became CEO of Carnival in 2013 and doubled its value since then. Right now, its market cap is roughly $30 billion. Before the pandemic, its market cap had fallen to $51 billion. Of course, COVID 19 was a devastating problem for the travel and tourism industry. In the beginning, Carnival stocks dropped in price as a result, but they recovered by themselves in the end. Africa. Aliko Dangote is worth an estimated $11.5 billion. His wealth mainly stems from his controlling stake in Dangote Cement Company, which he founded in Nigeria in 1977, with holdings in Nigeria like the Dangote Sugar Refinery and Dangote Flour with over 11,000 employees. It is the largest company in Africa. For his charitable contributions, he has partnered with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to stop polio and other infectious diseases. As he's proud of his home country, Nigeria, he also has a passion for philanthropy. He donated more than 500,000 to the cause of preventing the spread of COVID-19 in Nigeria in the past year. But he is the 162nd wealthiest person in the world. As a result, the other African countries are becoming more economically affluent, and this means his cement company will be more in demand than ever before. South America. Even though Jorge Paulo Leman is less well known in the United States, he is the richest person in all of South America. He is worth a staggering $7.3 billion. A fortune builder by profession, he got his start as an investor but today is known as the head of conglomerate called AB InBev, owner of some of the biggest beer brands including Budweiser, Stella Artois, Beck's, and Goose Island. He owns major stakes in Burger King, Tim Hortons, and Kraft. This 81-year-old seems to be enjoying life while still sitting pretty on his Swiss company, which happens to be his main company. When Le Mans' father tragically passed away in a bus accident when he was at the age of 14, Le Mans was initially devastated and overcome with grief. But Le Mans used the situation as motivation to succeed, eventually graduating from Harvard. Though it represented Le Mans' first time in the United States, and though it was difficult, he managed to come out successfully, and he is still a world-renowned billionaire. Oceania. Gina Rinehart is the richest person in Oceania. She is by far the wealthiest person in her home country of Australia and the 64th wealthiest person in the world. She has investment in a wide range of industries and has a net worth of over $24 billion. Most of her wealth comes from her work in mining. Reinhardt was unsuccessful at school and dropped out to work at the company. Hancock Prospecting was founded by her father, but Reinhardt expanded it from a $75 million company to a $16 billion company. To make the long story short, they operate an aggressive, medium-sized mining company led by CEO Gina Rinehart, who knows both how to raise the share price and when to buy. That's it to say, with her understanding of what stocks to trade in and when, as well as current high-tech innovation trends, a natural consequence of this is that she has made a major investment in lithium mining, which may exponentially increase her wealth in the future. One thing I've always admired about the best investor is their uncanny ability to predict the future. In addition to running the mining company, Reinhardt also owns Australia's third largest cattle producer and farms, with sprawling grounds across the country. Miss Reinhardt is currently the 8th wealthiest woman in the world. Asia. Mukesh Ambani. His name might not be a household name, but he's easily the richest person in India, as well as all of Asia. He's worth $81.4 billion, and he's the 10th wealthiest person in the world. From a young age, Mukesh Ambani was immersed in different industries, from telecommunications to the oil and gas industries. He and his family started a trading company, specializing in spices and textiles. Upon graduating from college, Ambani was ready to join the family business. He continued working in the petrochemicals and refining business, giving them enough capital to fund Gol, which is still one of the biggest telecom companies in India. This is the time for the organization because cell phones and the middle class are all on the rise in India. All of a sudden, people had much more money to spend on luxury items such as cell phones, and Ambani capitalized on this. Ambani is also notorious for owning one of the most spectacular homes on the planet. Antilia is a 27-story building located in the Mumbai Central district of Mumbai. The private residence itself cost $2 billion to construct, which makes it the most expensive house on the planet. However, this requires a staff of 600, features a hot tub and a helipad, and has rooms for 160 in its enormous garage. What can I say? Ambani is doing well for himself. Europe, Bernard Arnault is the CEO of LVMH, a massive company that owns Louis Vuitton, Tiffany and Company, Hennessy and Whiskey, and many others. The French billionaire started a small inheritance and bought Christian Dior for $15 million. In 1985, he made an extraordinary shrewd investment, now worth $153.9 billion, thus making him the wealthiest person in Europe and the third wealthiest overall. Arnault was wealthier than Amancio Ortega. This decision was a symbolic victory of luxury over fast fashion. Most of LVMH brands cater to the upper class, while Zara strives to provide inexpensive clothes to the public. Nowadays, the 72-year-old billionaire spends time in a lavish home in Paris. Not only does Arnault own a gigantic castle in the French countryside, but he also is frequently cited all over the world for both business and pleasure. After all these years, Arnault is getting old, so he's stepping back from his enormously successful company and taking a step out of the spotlight. North America. According to Forbes magazine, the wealthiest person in North America is also the wealthiest person in the world. Jeff Bezos is the CEO and founder of Amazon, an e-commerce powerhouse with just about every modern tech trick at its disposal. Although customers have been relying on the internet for some time, it was not until they increasingly turned to Amazon that its stocks skyrocketed and Jeff Bezos' net worth increased dramatically. Not only does Bezos own Amazon, but he also has investments in Blue Origin and the Washington Post. Bezos, who became the richest person alive at the end of 2019 when he and his wife separated and officially became the most expensive divorce in history. He launched Amazon from his garage in Seattle in 1994, but always reinvesting in his company during the dot-com bubble. Bezos survived, although this meant Amazon didn't turn a profit for many years. He is now benefiting from his wise business decisions. That is it. Every continent's richest person. What do you think? Tell us in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment.